What makes this wine unique is not only the grapes and the zone, but also the production method used in this area, which is part and parcel of our culture and of our history. The process begins with vinification, that is to say with pressing and the settling of the must. The natural yeasts added to the must, the grape juice, set off and carry out the alcoholic fermentation which takes place in these tanks. At the end of this we obtain our base wine, the starting point for making a sparkling wine.
And it is at this very point that Conegliano Valdobbiadene Prosecco Superiore begins the transformation process that makes it so special. This method is entirely Italian in conception and calls for a second fermentation in pressurized tanks known as autoclaves, like these, in which the base wine is introduced together with yeasts and sugar. This method has been perfected over time and adapted to this type of wine to the extent that today one can talk about a Conegliano Valdobbiadene method.
The Conegliano Valdobbiadene method differs technically from the so-called classic method for the simple reason that it calls for re-fermentation in pressurized tanks, whereas in the classic method this takes place in bottle for several months or even years. The method of re-fermenting in autoclaves is the best for maintaining the primary aromas, those that come directly from the grapes, which are characteristic of Conegliano Valdobbiadene. These aromas remind one of yellow-skinned apples and white flowers.